Hey guys! So I was starting to practice my stuff for teaching class tonight and I realized I hadn't done my video for today. So I'm sorry I'm making it so late. Um, I know we've already kind of briefly gone over like negative people, you don't want to be around them, but I came up with a couple of other stuff where if it's a family member or a close friend of yours, you don't want to just go and 86 that person from your life completely. Maybe they don't have the positive influences in their life that you do. Maybe you need to be that light to shine for them and help them with their, be their positive influence, be their motivation, help them, get to where you are. Be there for them, but don't bring yourself down in the process. Because I know a lot of times whenever you have people who are close to you who are negative, it kind of can set you back and make you not want to reach for your goals or succeed in your goals, because you feel like, oh, well, I don't want them to get upset with me or mad at me because I'm doing good and they're doing so bad. Something like that. They could be the reason that you doubt yourself so much because of the negative influence that they bring to you. So when you're around negative people, like if it's somebody that you just can't avoid, something you could try to do is learn to set boundaries. Like, you don't have to sit there and listen to somebody be negative 24/7. Like, you don't have to, because their negative energy is just going to come and seep into your life and your attitude. You're going to notice a big change and you're going to be like, what the heck, why am I being such a negative Nancy now? Because their attitude is starting to rub off on yours. If you have to, try to keep, the conversation short between y'all, or maybe even try to change the conversation to something else that you think that they may, maybe they would like, or anything like that. But you don't have to engage in the conversation with them for a really long period of time, because it's like while you're talking to somebody who's being really negative, like, you can just feel your energy you can literally just feel your energy being drained in that short conversation that you're having with them. Or, even if it's like a close friend or a family member, reach out to them and just, you can say something like, I noticed lately that you haven't been your normal self lately. Is there anything that I can help you with? Or, something like that. You don't always have to just chop people out of your life for being negative. Everybody has bad days. And definitely, if it's a friend or a family member, you want to be there for them. You don't want to be one of those people who, come off as, oh, they think they're too good for me because I'm having problems. Everybody has problems. And one day you might find yourself be the one having problems, and you're going to need a friend to talk to also. So always remember that. You can set some boundaries with it. You don't have to sit there and take it. Another thing you can do is avoid complainers. I can't be around people who complain about everything. Complain about the sky being it's not a certain color blue, or I don't know. Just, I understand there's some things that people don't like, and making a comment that you don't like something is one thing, but when you are constantly, anytime somebody's around you, if they're constantly sitting there talking, complaining about the littlest things, it gets old, and it gets old fast. Like, you don't want to be around them. Like, they don't point out solutions. All they do is point out problems. It'll just suck the energy right out of you. Maybe you might have to stop socializing with that person, or like I said before, reach out to them and maybe see them, because they might be going through a hard time right now, and maybe they don't have anybody to talk to like you do. So be a friend and reach out to them. Otherwise, if they complain, you're going to have to, avoid them, because you will find the more that you be around negative people, it will suck the energy right out of you completely. I have had my fair share of negative people, especially within the past few Conan, sorry. Within the past few years, I've had a lot of negative people, and I've had to stop talking to them, because as much as I tried to be there for them, it wasn't working out. So I had to just eventually just veer off away from them. And we all know about the negative employees. Yeah, negative employees are no fun at all. Where all day long they talk about how much they hate their job, they don't want to be there. I used to be one of those people, so I can say this from experience. Like, it can ruin. I mean, you spend most of your day at your job. You do not want to sit there and listen to somebody emailing you or I hate my job so much. Well, then quit. Leave. Go find something else. Like, I learned to kind of gripe at myself if I absolutely had to gripe, or even get these little stress balls. That when I worked at the call center, they gave us these really cool stress balls. Mine had stab marks in it from my pen. So I would rather do that than get my negativity off on somebody else. Or, I mean, even if you notice, if you're like a supervisor or something, if you notice that somebody is negative, I'm sure the supervisor would, talk to that person. You can do that as an employee too. You could go and you could talk to them and, is there, if there's something that they don't like there, or maybe you could give them ideas on how they could change it. You never know. I mean, you could be that person to actually help them out. Otherwise, just if it doesn't help, weed them out, because you're not going to want to deal with all that stuff. Something that I have learned becoming a wiser adult is to choose your battle. Every time somebody would irritate me, I had a really bad habit of opening my mouth and just telling them what I thought about them exactly. And now I have learned I just choose my battles. Some people you're never going to win with them. They are always right and you are always wrong. So I have learned to just ignore them. If they have something negative to say about me, they can say it. They're not the first person and they're probably not going to be the last. So it goes in one ear and out the other. I've learned to walk away from just unnecessary conflict, period. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. It's not worth ruining my day. And it's not worth it. So I just learned to walk away. Don't overanalyze situation. If you've been around your fair share of negative people, you can tell that sometimes they're irrational. Like, they will sit there and they will waste so much time going on, and you'll look down at your phone and be like, holy cow, I've been listening to this person for like 2 hours now. I have a hole in my head. You don't have to do that. Just don't overanalyze it and do whatever you can to prevent yourself from actually encountering them. If it's like somebody at work, go a different way at work. Park away from them if you have to park, in the same spots or same area. Park on the other side of the parking lot if you have to. Just avoid them at all costs. You can also develop a support system like this. Like, build a network of positive friends. I love my positive friends. I think I've always had really good positive friends. But some of the ladies that I've met in my Beachbody coaching are freaking amazing. Like, the positivity and the encouraging that goes on within a group of people that I haven't even met just through social media, it's ridiculous. I love it. I love them. I get to meet them this July. I'm really excited. But besides that, I have never really encountered like the support that they give to me, or they give to everybody, period. Like, whenever if you have a friend that you can talk to, if you have this negative person, just because you call another friend to talk to them, I don't consider that gossiping. Like, if all you're doing is trashing that other person, you should probably stop. But, I mean, if you don't know how to handle the situation, I think it's perfectly okay to contact another friend to ask them, well, what should I do? How should I handle this? Just because you're talking to them about it, on what you should do, it doesn't make you a negative person. You don't want to hurt that other person's feeling who's being negative. So, I mean, you're trying to resolve it, and I would totally understand that. They can provide you like a new perspective on it, and a lot of times that helps, getting a new perspective, some new eyeballs on the situation. And the last thing you can always do, if all else fails, practice that positivity. I know a lot of people think that I wake up like a ray of sunshine every day. No, I do not. I have my very overly sarcastic days. I have days where I have RBF. I don't know what that is resting bitch face. Like, I try really hard to implement positivity into my life all the time, because I can't handle negative people. I can't. So I try to remain positive whenever I get around somebody like that. I remain positive, and I try to think, okay, maybe you don't always know everybody's situation. They could be going through something really tough, and they may not have told anybody or anything. So just talk to them and see. But, if anything, the positivity that you send off on other people, negative people will eventually wear off and be like, she's too happy for me. I'm not going anywhere near her. Or, they'll be like, well, she's really happy. I wonder, maybe I can talk to her and see what, she could do. So I thought a lot of times if you're around negative people also, they're like a big block in your life. You want to approach it the best way that you can. You don't want to burn bridges, but especially if it's somebody that you really care about, a really close friend or a family member, just reach out to them and talk to them and see if maybe you can be the encourager in their life. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, they may not have any positive influences in their life. You might be that only ray of shine that they have. So go be a friend. Go call them and go talk to them if you know somebody like that. But I'm going to get ready for my class, guys, and I hope you guys are having a really good Monday, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye!